We all want to work at something that we like doing.
Right.
And so that's important too. But see, the fact that over the last couple of decades that people with autism have been slotted into the wrong jobs where it doesn't fit, where they don't like it, has created problems for the psyche of the private sector.
Yes.
So employers, they say to me this quite often, I've done this, Mark. I've tried it. It didn't work out.
Right.
And so we've got to get back to speaking to employers about the business case. How does this benefit you? Not how does it benefit the person with autism? Because if we do that, and we can get companies to understand that there's a clear benefit to being inclusive of people with disabilities, autism, everything, then the doors will open.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about autism is that it's if you hire somebody who's deaf, and you know what you've got. You know what you've got. You've got a person who can't hear. You got a person who can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
And there's ways around it. But when you hire somebody who has autism, you don't know what you've got.
Right. Exactly.
You don't know. So it's sometimes when you hire somebody with autism into a job that you think was right, it may not work out.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of evolve and be open-minded about when you hire somebody with that type of disability, is that you know you're going to get a good worker, but that worker may not be great at what you thought they were going to do, but they will be good at something else.
So you're coming to something very important there, because we certainly do hear, don't we, often that companies will say that they tried, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
And then,
so let me give you an example of this. So I hired a girl who was 18, 19 years old.
Excuse me, Mark, sorry, I have to stop you for 1 second because I'm having a coughing attack. Just a moment, I'm coming right back to you.
No problem. I've got a bottle of water here, but I don't think that's going to help you over there.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm having a coughing attack. I'm back. Please go ahead.
All right. So I hired a young lady around 18, 19 years old, probably 10 years ago, who was autistic, is autistic, and she's actually been one of our big success stories. So when she started, she came to me from an agency. The agency knew I was looking for somebody, and the agency came and brought her to me and onboarded her.
Was it a regular employment agency?
Yeah, this was a social service agency.
Okay.
So she had tried, her name's Tanya, and Tanya had tried a number of different jobs and it didn't work out. So the agency came to me and said, all right, we see that you're advertising for a dining room attendant. Would you be interested in hiring Tanya? So I met with Tanya. Lovely young lady. I said, okay, you're coming on board. So after a couple of weeks, we found that she was having real difficulty in the dining room.
Okay.
Because customers would engage her. And she didn't like it.
Okay.
And so over a period of time, I came to realize that she was really struggling with the job. In terms of doing the duties, she was great. But she dreaded going back out to the dining room and then having somebody talk to her because she didn't want to talk to anybody. So
okay.
I said to her, okay, I've got another job you might be interested in. I said, it's a production job and it's for making some very fancy pastries. These are all made by hand.
Okay.
We don't make them, we don't do this anymore, but this is about 10 years ago.
Okay.
I said to her, would you like to do that? That way you will not be in the dining room. You won't have to, be face on with a customer. she said, yeah, I'd like to do that. So we trained her how to make these desserts. And she actually was the best person in all 6 stores at making these desserts. They were not easy to make.
Wow.
They were not easy to make, yeah. And so what happened was she got a lot of praise for the construction of these pastries.
Okay.
You know, there was chocolate and strawberries and whipped cream and all kinds of stuff that had to be put together properly. And hers were the best by far. And she got, as she was getting a lot of praise for the work that she was doing, she started to build confidence. Now, when I left last Friday, she was a full-time customer service attendant.
Wow.
Yes. Serving customers. That's how much her life changed.
Wow.
From someone who was so uncomfortable that somebody might talk to her in the dining room to becoming a full-time customer service attendant, operating a cash register, and asking customers and having a banter with customers.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So the only thing that Tanya to this day won't do is she won't smile.
Okay.
Right? She won't smile. So
yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. That's really fantastic. Now, if you were to, I guess, have an opinion on what kind of assistance employers need, either from support agencies, as you've described, or from government, or anybody else, do you think that employers need assistance in order to promote the integration of autistic individuals?
There's systems in place right now that act as barriers.
Okay.
We do need our governments to take a harder look at the value of disability employment. And this is right across the board. I'm actually doing some work right now with the Federal Conservative Party it's poverty eradication programs that the Conservative Party wants the government to start pushing forward. And part of that is to stop going after people with disabilities for unfair tax situations, such as you got the new tax coming.
Oh, the tax reforms that are coming?
Yeah, for benefits. If you get any benefit at work, then you get a free meal or you get you get a discount on a pair of shoes. There's taxation on that coming.
Yes, that's right.
What that does is it really marginalizes people with disabilities, because most people with disabilities, especially autism, are minimum wage earners.
Yes.
So every little bit helps for them. And people with disabilities have higher living costs than those who don't. There's greater use of the medical system.
Right.
They oftentimes are on drugs that are not fully covered, or they live with families that are below the poverty line and obviously can't afford benefits, so they have to pay for their drugs. And so it's an unfair system when everybody's painted with the same brush, and when really it's not a level playing field at all.
Okay. So federal government intervention is important.
But there's also policy, especially at the federal level, where it supposedly was well-meaning, but it's had the opposite effect. So one of those is what we call wage subsidies.
Yes.
So the Opportunities Fund is it's at about $40 million a year. And the whole idea of the Opportunities Fund was to give opportunity to people with disabilities. Right. Well, the government and agencies thought the best way to use that was to entice employers to hire people with intellectual disabilities and autism by paying them off. Yeah. So you pay a stipend to the employee, but 60-70% of their wages is actually paid by the government.
Yeah.
And this is time limited, and anywhere from 12 weeks up to 26 weeks, depending on the jurisdiction.
Yes.
Now, these are very dangerous because